Sometimes life can look so good on the surface. Everything could be going well. Everything could be going in your favor. But on the inside, it just feels like things are falling apart. Emotionally, mentally, all internally. And then all of a sudden, as things like that start to happen, those emotions start to come up, that anxiety, the past pains, the abandonments, all the things that you thought you have healed come back to the surface. It's not because you can't let go of the past. It's because there is a deeper meaning behind why old wounds resurface. And on today's video, I'm going to share in depth with you why this happens, understanding the reasoning behind it, and how to realize it's all here for your benefit. What's gooch, beautiful beings? Welcome back, AwakenOnes, another episode on Embracing Essential Series with your homegirl, Brittany Fontanez. If you're new to this channel, so glad to have you here. If you've been on this journey with me so far, gang, only love you, know who you is. On this channel, I am energetic activator, here to assist you to awaken things you have yet to see with your emotional awareness to go upon your spiritual evolution. Now, my background is different today because I decided I needed to get out of my hermit phase and get some air and breathe. It is chilly outside. I would love to do a video outside, but it's not as beautiful, and the wind is picking up, and I don't want you guys to ruin your ear holes because of how loud the wind is. So I'm here in my car because I wanted to share this message with you today. But before we get into that, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, don't forget to hit that notification button so you'll be notified when I post new videos out. And lastly, beautiful beings, go check out my new shoe line. I'm so excited. I have teamed up with Alive Shoe, which they're all about making handcrafted shoes from Italy. So please go check that out. If you go to the description box below into my link tree where I have all my services and my merch that I render, go to the link tree and there's a tab called store, and you can see all the shoes that I have out now, as well as the heels. I'm fond of the fucking heels, so if you're a heel lover, I think you might like those heels. But other than that, beautiful beings, let's get into today's video. Why old wounds resurface. And I know a lot of people, this is a confirmation for someone, as that car alarm goes, but a lot of people who have been through so much in life and who can create something out of nothing have these moments where, you know, things are going great on the outside. Job is looking great. Everyone is like, you have so much love around you, but on the inside, something feels like it's crumbling. Something feels like it's shifting. And all of a sudden, it's like opening the floor, pretty much like hell. And then just a whole bunch of the old shit comes to the surface that you thought you healed, that you thought you have overcome. But the thing is, a lot of us may think we don't know how to let go of the past. We're woundedly broken, like we're the wounded warrior. That's really not the case. Doesn't mean you don't know how to let go of the past. The whole reasoning why old wounds resurface is because what you're going through currently needs a level up. It needs you to reflect on the things that you have reflected upon, but there are deeper roots to it. It's like when you look at a plant and you see the big leaves. There's plenty of big leaves, but then you see that one little leaf hidden within those leaves, and it's a little shorter, it's a little smaller, but it's there. That's kind of how old wounds happen. You know, we may have cleared out a lot of what was obvious to us and what has been penetrating our hearts to inflict pain on ourselves, but sometimes there's a deeper root, a deeper weed there that we have yet to see, yet to touch, yet to acknowledge. And that's why that happens. That old wound resurface because it really wants you to really deflect things now. like reflect it and deflect it, to realize that these wounds come up for us, and it may not even relate to what we're currently going through. But sometimes, even though life looks good on the outside, we need a shift to happen. Our nervous system needs to be able to be equipped with handling the things that are happening in our life. I'll give you guys an example. The best way I can explain it. My life currently has been going wonderful. I have a job now that I'm able to travel. What I've always wanted to do. I see things on my vision board come to life. My day trading is looking good. I have more endeavors that are panning out wonderful. Like, my finances are phenomenal. I feel abundant. But on the inside, it's like my nervous system was so used to the worst, was so used to being a victim, that I'm always expecting, something's about to happen around the corner. That fear, that survival mentality. And all of a sudden, all these old wounds started popping up to the surface. How I'm unlovable, how people abandoned me, how people, used me or hurt me. And I'm just like, dude, like, why is this all happening? And it put me in a downward spiral. And a lot of people don't know I was diagnosed with depression and ADHD. Don't like to label myself as those things. But the fact that they came to the surface, and it's not like they overwhelm me to the point I actually think the worst of myself. It's just the fact that when they do show up, I acknowledge them with compassion. I give them gratitude. It's like a little child finally being acknowledged with compassion, being like, thank you for seeing me. Thank you for noticing me. Thank you. Like, I really feel seen now. Just thank you. I treat myself like that. Like, I'm reparenting myself. And, as I'm recognizing this pain, I'm starting to realize, like, maybe these old wounds of the past, of the traumas that I've been through, of, the physical torment that I've been through, of, the bullying that I've been through, all the people abandoning that I've been through, all the shit that I inflicted on the other people because I became what I resented, all of the things I've done. I started to realize the reason why old wounds came to the surface is because it's helping me acknowledge that I'm no longer a victim. I'm taking control of my life, and my nervous system has to recognize that we got to get out of victim mentality and into, I would say, our own hero, our own savior. And that's different to the nervous system, when the nervous system is so used to being in pain, is so used to receiving little, it's so used to people treating us badly. And I have to regulate my nervous system and to let it know that we're no longer a survivor. We're thriving. We are thriving, and we deserve this. And I love you. And I want to share this with you guys is because old wounds do not mean there's something wrong with you. It just means you're finally doing the work to regulate your nervous system and stop feeling uncomfortable with blessings, to stop feeling uncomfortable with receiving what you've been asking for. Because we have to change in order to be able to receive. We have to outgrow low vibrations in order to allow ourselves to be ready to receive. And so when you have these low moments of all these old wounds coming to the surface, just realize it's helping you recognize that you no longer are a victim. You no longer think you don't have control. You do have control. But you have to do the work to reparent yourself and realize, just because I went through that, I'm not identified as that. I could re-identify it now and learn how to get comfortable with the new, with the good, with the joy, with the happiness, with the love. So as I gave myself that compassion, this whole week I was actually on a juice cleanse this past week, and it was the most emotionally intense cleanse and fast I've ever had. And it was not because, for some odd reason, I'm a huge foodie. I could eat a fucking lot, but I had no troubles not eating, which was wonderful. My hugest trouble was that, wow, I'm really sitting with things I thought I outgrew, with things I did outgrow, and with things I did heal on some level, but there was deeper roots there, weeds that needed my acknowledgement. And I gave myself that whole week. I felt so exhausted. I felt so depressed. But I realized, damn, all the things that have happened to me, all the pain that people inflicted onto me, I thank them. I thank them. Not in a way where like, because of my trauma, I'm where I need to be. Because of my trauma, I found my strength. No. Because of you found your strength. The whole reason why I'm sharing this is because when I realized that, wow, that person left me for my own good. It's for me to recognize that I do have the power to take accountability for my life and move it in the direction of carving out my own path and following that and having faith in myself and having confidence in myself and having the willingness and the courage to know that I can make shit happen, that I can make nothing out of something. And that was such a huge realization for me. And I realized that, my past self, my nervous system was so used to being codependent on people and asking people for help and needing help. Being like that child that was a victim, that didn't want to take care of themselves, that didn't know how to take care of themselves. And then I started to realize, like, that past version of me was so codependent on a relationship. It was a need, it was a want, it was obsession. And I got so fucking fed up with that desire of thinking I needed a partner. The way the majority of the world kind of projects onto us, we need a partner, we need a house, we need all this shit. And I started to realize that's not what I want. And then I went to that root and I realized the only reason why I wanted those things was to distract myself from not taking control over my own life. And when I recognized that, literally a switch flipped on. It was like, I no longer desire these things that I thought I once wanted. And I started to realize my nervous system was uncomfortable with that realization. And I realized, no, it's time to get comfortable with the uncomfortable, because I'm ready to bring that version to life, to birth that version of me that's never been born, that I never known, that I never seen. But I'm ready to create her. I'm ready to nourish her. I'm ready to love her. But I thank my past self and I take responsibility over the things I have tolerated and entertained that caused a scenario where that pain was inflicted onto me because of myself. So I'm sharing all this with you guys is because don't look at old wounds like you got more to heal. It's not that. Old wounds will come into the surface to help you realize what you need to outgrow once and for all. And most of the things that we need to outgrow is that victim mentality. And is to redefine our past. For example, for me, I'll give you the last example. When I used to think like these people abandoned me, no one loves me, I started to realize, it's pretty wonderful that people I've been with left. I thought they was like, they did what they had to do for them. Maybe I was asking for too much. But also, maybe they just didn't know how to give what I was asking for. And that's okay. But at the end of the day, by them leaving, I found a way to give that to myself. And I'm like, holy shit, that person, I don't need to blame them. I thank them. Because I found the power to give it to myself. And they were a huge God and a blessing. Because for them leaving, I've been able to realize I didn't need them. All I needed was to find myself. So, I'm sharing this with you guys, personally my own experience, because it's easier for me to explain the reasoning behind why old wounds resurface. But you guys, this is pretty much the reason why these things happen, and the way to be able to ease yourself through it is to feel it. Let it be. Let it be. Let yourself be down. Let yourself wallow a little bit, but don't get stuck in it. Let yourself feel lost. Let yourself feel that pain. Because here's the thing. It's like, imagine you see your little self and you're yelling at her or him. Stop crying. Face it like a man. And then you start realizing that it's like when you hit a puppy And no matter what, they feel scared, but they still want you. They still love you. It's you doing that to yourself. So instead of doing that to yourself, instead of forcing yourself to be happy, instead of forcing yourself to be positive, because I'm not a positive person, I'm a self-aware person, recognizing that the things that are happening in my life is just only teaching me a lesson on how I can have better control over my emotions and my thoughts and my actions. So instead of forcing yourself to be something and fake it till you make it, fucking feel it. Because the realest, truest shit that you can do rather than faking it is feeling it. Feeling it and letting it be. When you allow yourself to be, you give yourself space to help you. You give your body, your mind, your heart space to be like, okay, thank you for giving me this space. Now I'm going to help you. Now I'm going to help you recognize why this is happening. I'm going to help you recognize why you have this pain. I'm going to help you recognize, what we need to do to take care of ourselves. And then you're creating that relationship with yourself. There's nothing more beautiful than having a congruent relationship with thyself. Because thyself is all you have. Once you can learn how to regulate your nervous system and let your heart learn to trust you, and you learn to trust your intuition, life hits different. Everything hits different. And I've been crying so much out of not sadness but gratitude, because I'm recognizing there's never anything wrong with me, but there's still a lot that I'm ready to let go of and outgrow. So I don't know who needed to hear this message, but I want to let you know, if you're going through this right now, this is just a confirmation that you are on the right fucking path, boo-boo. You are on the right damn path. So don't get down on yourself. Don't put pressure on yourself. And don't think that you're holding yourself back, because you're exactly where you need to be. Feel it so you can realize it and heal it. Until then, beautiful beings, please have a blissful, blissful day and a blissful week wherever you are. And just know that you are loved and you are guided and everything is happening in your favor. So stay blessed, stay humble, stay healthy and safe. I'll see you on the next one. Oh my God.